guys, welcome back to my channel, and as you can see, I have the Erin Condren and then I have the new Recollections planner. So my Michaels finally got them in and I got this for $29.99. I used a 50% off coupon, so it became $14.99 after tax. It was $16.04. So $16.04, $75. Okay, $75, $16.04. That is the price. This is the Erin Condren, and then this is the Recollections. So if you did an 18-month, it would be $80 because the $10 coil upgrade, and then the upgrade to the 18-month, which is $5, and then the foil. So that is the reason this is $80 and not the normal $55. You can get a plain silver non-foil holographic foil one. That's foil too. So gold coil, foil, and then foil. So 16, 8, or 16 and 75. Let's talk about the coils. I have used this planner 4 times. I don't use this planner. People are gonna say that's a waste. It is, but it's my waste. So this is the coil. It's not very good looking, as you can tell, and it's completely chipped off here. Again, I don't use this planner, so you can imagine what some of my other ones look like. But this is just not, the coil on this is not my favorite, and in my Erin Condren video, I explained that. There's nothing new to that. So this is an 18-month planner versus the 12-month. So if you go in, I've seen photos of the 12-month versus the Recollections planner, and they're about the same size. So the fact that this is just larger, what is probably the biggest difference that I noticed is the coil size. So even if you order the Erin Condren in the 12-month, you still get this nice large coil. So for the coil size, I like the Erin Condren better. It's not too moldable. This is equally as moldable. The coil is absolutely thicker on this one. I mean, you can blatantly see that it's a lot thicker. And this one is a lot thinner. And the gold is not the same. So this one kind of has a more yellow gold than this one. This would be like a 24 karat gold, and this would be like a 10. If jewelry reference, okay. So that is the outside. The covers, I think the Erin Condren is a little bit thicker. Yeah, I want to say Erin Condren is thicker. They are interchangeable. You can use them on the same, but the coil for this, I think, is a little bit down. Yeah, so it comes down just a tad by one thing here. So you can see on mine, I'm missing a loop right there. I have them in all of them, right? Yes, I want to make sure, because, you know, yeah, so for me, it's one loop, unless I'm an idiot. Yeah, it's one loop for me. That is the difference. They are interchangeable, so that is nice. And interestingly enough, if you got the unicorn one, which I think was the most popular one everyone got, I personally liked this one over the unicorn one. But the unicorn one had a dashboard similar to the Erin Condren, so I mean, that was a clear copy of the Erin Condren there, where this one does not. The way this one is set up is that you can use both sides. So the back of this one is not foil, but you can flip this around and use it as, so it's like a 2-in-1, where the Erin Condren is 1. So you get one for your price. I don't know if they have interchangeable covers on this. So this is the beginning of the planner. This is the beginning of the planner on the Erin Condren. Pretty similar. There is this vellum over this one, and it's color on the colorful, because I'm comparing the colorful to this because it's colorful. So this is like your first comparable pages. Then you have this to flip over. And then you get into your months. And then you get into your months here. Again, pretty similar setup. There is no date on the actual thing here. It's up top, which does not bother me whatsoever. I can bring it in just a little bit, but I don't want to keep it out of frame. And then we go into goals. And I think that's it on this one. Oh, I lied. So there's contacts and important dates. Let's see, let me flip. Okay. So there's contacts and important dates instead of goals on the front. And then we come into literally the same layout, like flag included. And then there isn't a quote on every single one. Again, this is the Erin Condren, this is the Recollections. As far as paper goes, the monthly pages for sure are thicker than the monthly pages on here. So let me go to like a normal page. I'm trying to find one that doesn't have stickers on both sides. I think I'm just grabbing them naturally. Come on. Struggle bus. Here we go. I want to say it's pretty close. I don't know, it's pretty close. The feel is pretty close. So let's get into the monthly view, which is pretty similar to the Erin Condren. That is the Recollections. This is the Erin Condren. One huge improvement in this one compared to the Erin Condren is the text. I know this really isn't a deal breaker for many people, or a deal breaker at all for some people, but this is very pixelated, including the photo, and it is not pixelated at all in this guy, but that might be way overexposed. So this one is definitely not. And then we come into the monthly. Now that looks pretty close. I'm sure most of you would agree. Here is a monthly view of this guy, and then we bring in the Erin Condren. So I'm going to kind of flip this sideways like so. So this is kind of the general layout. This kind of goes along with the older Erin Condrens, I would say, or the colorful. In the black and white one, or the neutral, you just have it written out and the color doesn't go all the way to the top. So this is definitely comparable to the colorful, not the black and white one, as far as colors go. So you have this going all the way down in the middle here, and then you have lines, and then you have color here, you have nothing here, and just lines all the way down. So let me see, I know I have some stickers. I just have a whole bunch in here. I just did a plan with me not too long ago, so yeah, let's take an Erin Condren sticker. So this is just a matte sticker from Willow Fields, because I just did a plan with me. Actually, it should be up by the time this is up. Okay. So I'm using a white sticker. That was kind of stupid. Okay, let's try this one more time. So I'm lining it up with the quote-unquote headers, and it fits perfectly fine. No problem whatsoever. Let's check the headers. Let's grab a to-do header here. This is convenient having a kit so I don't have to open one up. Perfect. Works fine. So the difference between here is that you don't have the guidelines on the edge, you have that in the middle. So it's kind of like the Happy Planner where you have the lines so you would have no space, but if you line it up with the headers, you will have a space. I guess I could, well, I have another, well, it's gray. This one is not cut very well, hang on. But you can see, let me line up another sticker here. Even though it's gray, there we go, that you can see you will have a space like the Erin Condren, and that is what I don't like about the Happy Planner, is that you are right on top of each other. So that is like literally the number one thing that I like about the Erin Condren, is you have that space. So I'm going to actually take this guy off and put him on the sidebar. So I'm going to line it up with that, and I'm going to line it up with the mint color on one side. So you can see here, let me put my finger up, that you do have a gap here. My recommendation for that, since this doesn't start until January and this is the end of December, I'm going to take some white out. So I just have one of the like whiteout things. I'm literally, you can do this probably on either side. I would probably do it on the side that's like outward. And then you can just kind of crumple that off. And then we're going to put the sticker back down using the mint on the side. I mean, it's a little bit noticeable, but it's not too bad. I guess you can kind of see down here a little bit where they kind of meet. But I definitely think that would be the solution to that. As far as the bottom, you could do it the same here if you wanted to, although I don't think the bottom would be as bad as the side for me personally. So we know that works, and anytime you're using whiteout, you don't really want to pick up stickers, you kind of want to just like leave it down. So that's what I would definitely do on that side. But the Erin Condren stickers fit, and the number one drawback for me would definitely be the lines here. So if you're a white space planner, you definitely have potential to kind of, I don't want to say mess it up, but just not keep it close in line. So that is one thing I do think the Erin Condren has up on this guy. And then the color comes all the way down here. But again, you have the watercolor that goes all the way up to the top, which is the two I'm comparing because they are the most alike. And then we have February, March, April, May, which these are kind of like, you know, OG colors of Erin Condren. June, July, August, September, October, November, December, and then we're gonna come back to here. So let's go to the back of this guy, to also the notes section. Okay, they're the same planner. So you do get, I think, 1, 2, 3. You definitely get a couple pages in here. Oh, you get a couple pages in this too. And then grid, and then grid. Okay, that's exactly the same. Let me guess, there's probably plain paper in here too. Look at that. All right, let's go to the end. So you have another monthly. Do you have another monthly in here? No, so it goes straight to plain paper, and then you have a month back here. All right, so on the back, you have stickers that are pretty much the same. These are cut much better. For example, on almost all my planners, the vote sticker, and so far down, that's the other sticker. So clearly it's not quite cut well, to put it nicely. And that's on more than one planner. That's how I knew to look for that vote. And all the rest are cut off because of that. So they're all kind of just shifted up. These are all centered so far, so good. This is your second page, which this kind of reminds me of the Happy Planner, this type of sticker. This is the second page in the Erin Condren, which is just blank of the same page. And then you have your birthdays. And then we have more of the like Happy Planner type stickers. And then blank of those ones. And I think, okay, and then we have icons. Which I like icons. Oh, I like these too. They're cute. And everything seems to be centered pretty well. I mean, yeah, let's just grab one. Focus on this sticker. So it's centered pretty well. I would say that's pretty good. And then come to a folder. And I'm sure you can imagine what we're here. So this is a glossy folder. This is a matte. They both open on towards the coil, but this one is no longer part of the coil. It's completely open. I feel like the last year's was part of the coil, but now this is completely open. This is actually part of the coil. And I'm sure you can guess what's next. Well, the older Erin Condrens had the pocket attached exactly like this on the previous ones, and Erin Condren this year actually made it removable to make their planners a little bit thinner, which I really liked for Erin Condren. So there is a pocket that looks exactly like this in the Erin Condren, but again, I don't have mine in there for personal choices. So I'm sure you guys want to know my full opinion, as I did a rundown. To compare these ones side by side, I would say the Recollections planner over the colorful Erin Condren is a better choice. Now, I think Erin Condren this time stepped up her game and gave us the neutral planner. I think the neutral planner, for me, is the better planner because I like the plain neutral colors because I can do whatever colors I want. For example, here is my rewind one. I did the black coil, which is the only other coil I would recommend besides the platinum one. But again, you still have your blurry issues with this, where you have no issues with blurriness with this one. So we're 16 and 75. I think this one absolutely wins. But I do like my neutral Erin Condren. So if I had to choose between a neutral Erin Condren and this, I would choose my neutral Erin Condren based on the fact that this is just what I'm used to. And I like the setup of this. I like the gap in the middle. I do like the option to write down here. I usually cover that with washi. I like the checklist idea, which I can use in the other one because I put stickers over it. But this right here, this December, and the way the dates are laid out, I truly enjoy it. So for me, the neutral is where I would go. But if you cannot afford an Erin Condren planner, and not everybody can, or not everybody wants to buy an Erin Condren if they can afford it, I absolutely think this is a great, great, great dupe. Absolutely, hands down, great. So one of the things I wanted to do before I get into the plan with me, because I am going to do a plan with me on this. Maybe I'll split it into 2 videos. I'll upload them at the same time, and then I'll put the plan with me in the other video. That's what I'm gonna do. That way I can write on here. All right, so we have some Paper Made Inkjoy and the Sharpie pen. I think the 2 most popular pens that are used. So let's do Inkjoy. And I guess I'll go right under it. Sharpie. So this is again just on a note page. Here is your bleed through, if you can tell. Let's get it to focus. Maybe. Okay, so we have the Inkjoy and then the Sharpie. I think the Inkjoy may be worse because I can see kind of the raised side versus the Sharpie. It's just a light shadow, and it's what you would see with an Erin Condren as well. So this is not better or worse, or I would say it's kind of a wash. In my opinion, everyone has their own. That is my opinion. I would absolutely write in this and not have to worry about the other side, because in reality, you're really not going to be able to tell. So I think this planner is really great if you're looking for a colorful Erin Condren or a second planner. I think this one is awesome. Now my giveaway is still going to be Erin Condren's. I'm not gonna return them and then do the Recollection planners. So there's still going to be a giveaway with those in December, so don't worry. But I give this a thumbs up. So I compared everything that I was harsh with Erin Condren in the first place. They definitely did it better in this one. This is how you do a coil. I mean, there is no damage on this coil. Let's see if I can get this to focus. There is no damage whatsoever. I even moved that, expecting like the drip damage in there, nothing. And it's smooth, there's nothing that's catching you. Granted, it's not as yellow gold as the Erin Condren, but even then, who really cares? No one's gonna notice the gold difference anyway. I'd much rather have a better coil for that price. I do like how big this one is though. The bigness of this one is awesome. Everything else about this one is awesome. So again, yes and yes, it's all your preference. They're pretty much the same planner. All right guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and get on with that plan with me. It will be up right after this.